Hi there, Gemini. Welcome to your January 2019 love reading. It's Raina here. And I just had to start over again. You know, that Six of Wands in the upper right corner, it kind of fell into my lap and I grabbed it with my thighs. So I'm not sure if that was supposed to be reversed or upright. I'm putting it upright. I'm kind of weird about that sort of thing. I want to make it like exactly how it should be, and it's like, I guess I take it too seriously sometimes. But anyway, the overall message or the theme of January is the Magician card, which is great. This means that you feel self-empowered when it comes to love. This could run the gamut. This could be a single Gemini person who maybe previously has said, I'll never find the right person, and now says, when I am the right person, I'll find the right person. So in other words, they can detect within themselves some kind of issues that maybe they need to like kind of iron out, work out within themselves, and then they will be able to have that kind of relationship. Perhaps there's things going on within themselves that kind of, you know, make it so that they push love away when it does come, because I can give people transits. I can do private readings, and I can tell people this is going to be a great time for love and yada yada. What difference does that make if that person doesn't have a sense of you know, positive feelings about themselves, if they feel like not good enough, if they have a hard time accepting love, if they're afraid of intimacy? None of that is going to make a hill of beans difference, because they're going to probably push that person away. They will probably do something that will make it so that the person doesn't want to stay in the relationship. And you will see that. I mean, people can attract wonderful individuals and still muck up the relationship because of those tendencies. So you may say, I have some stuff to work on, or you may say, I'm going to go into this dating scene with a sense of empowerment, not a sense of desperation. And oh, look at what card we have here as the foundation card. Perfect. The Four of Swords. This is a card of reflection and recuperation. So this is like maybe a period of time that you've had downtime. Maybe you are coming from a long-term relationship, either a marriage or some other long-term relationship, and you realize that you needed that time to get your head together, that it wasn't, that you were not feeling a sense of being ready to be in a relationship. And so now that you have gotten yourself together, you may feel more inclined to jump back into that fray. And the card that crosses you is the Queen of Pentacles. So sometimes I think, you know, if I'm looking at this from the female point of view, this is like a double feminine energy. And Gemini is a masculine sign. I'm a Sagittarius. That's a masculine sign, the fire in the air. And as women, we who are masculine signs tend to be tomboys. I mean, different factors will, indicate that. But there's that tendency to identify with that masculine energy and not necessarily be domestic, look at that life as maybe being kind of like keeping us in some sort of prison, and that being an unattractive possibility or choice. And so whether unconscious or on the conscious level, a person who has this will tend to kind of shy away from relationships, committed relationships, because they fear that it's going to keep them from having any sense of freedom. And so this is the kind of thing that we have to kind of get out of our minds, because it's so easy to fall into that trap. And I think of the Queen of Pentacles is that perfect homemaker type of a person, but who really enjoys it. And you know, I'm really like that myself. And I'm sure that there are some Gemini individuals who have a lot of, I have a lot of Earth. You may have a lot of, you know, you may have Cancer inner planets, Venus and or Mars. You may have a moon and, you know, you may have a moon in Pisces, who knows? But the point is that not all Geminis are going to be the same. But I don't care. There still is going to be that part of you that may kind of resist it for the mere fact that you don't want to feel trapped. Whether it's having a committed relationship or even having children. You know, the queen can be the mother, and there might be that ambivalence, even if there's a part of you that does want it. So it's something that may still need to be sorted out with certain people. The higher message is the King of Wands. It's funny, this is the double masculine energy. And that's another thing. Look to your past relationships. And of course, I'm speaking to heterosexual women here specifically, because you may have been with the wrong person. Actually, for a lot of women who are masculine signs, there is someone, the person that is probably most compatible with you is typically going to be another masculine sign. But you may find that you tend to attract or be attracted to earth and water signs for whatever reason. There are many reasons for this. I'm talking specifically about women here. Sometimes it's simply because you're almost acting like the man in the relationship. You know, it's I don't want to get into that. But the point is that it ultimately, those kinds of relationships may not work because you're not coming from the same page. That may make that person want you to become more of Susie Homemaker than you really are. And you can be somebody who does both, like the Queen of Wands, who has a career and maybe also loves to take care of her home and be in that area as well. When we're talking about the Queen of Pentacles or the King of Wands, we're talking about this almost stereotypical macho person or the feminine principle. And we are usually a mixture of both. But that person, you may I think that's another thing too. You may resent that person as you think that they are trying to be controlling, but really they are your match. You've met your match. And so you have to see it from a different light. This could actually be a Leo. I really see a strong Leo vibe, but I'm not sure if this is associated with Sagittarius. Actually, this card, this is more of the mundane position. And it is about Leo specifically. But the king, I just want to say one more thing about the King of Wands, because it's more of a symbolic, spiritual message from that card, and also it's talking about empowerment as well. So that's what I want to really emphasize more than talking about gender roles or anything like that, because you know, you may have come out of a situation where you were kind of cast in this light and you felt like you weren't able to express yourself fully, and this is a card of that kind of professional accolades. So it may be saying, don't be afraid of shining your light or you know, being the type of person who has these successes because somebody else might feel threatened by it or what have you. If the King of Wands is talking about another person, they're confident within themselves. They're not going to be threatened by somebody who is a woman, well, I'll just say a woman who is also successful. A strong man is not threatened by a successful woman, okay? So revel in your success. Don't hide it. It's not about flaunting it, but it's about allowing yourself to shine, okay? And also honoring yourself to find somebody that is willing to see those qualities within you and not try to make it like they're bad things when they're actually wonderful things. What's coming in is the Seven of Pentacles, and if you have started a relationship, you may be taking it very slowly, and you may be observing things as they develop, and that's a really good way of handling it. I don't see anything here unless they're talking about a fire sign, like a that could be what they're referring to, is that you're having a relationship with a Leo or other fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, but taking it slowly, not jumping into things, because you are coming from that period of reflection, so you're not trying to do things all at once and things like that. Now the outcome is the Hangman, and this is a card of like also kind of like making a decision. Maybe you were spending a lot of alone time and now getting back into the more activity, into the fray. I want to pick a card real quick if I can. Sorry about that. I'm just cutting the card very quickly. My tripod is like falling apart here. Let me see if I can. It's a little bit crooked. Practice compassion. See things from a different perspective. And, you know, that goes without saying in all relationships, even if you have come out of a bad relationship, being able to see things from that other person's point of view, even if you disagree with it, can give you that forgiveness that you need to move on. So I hope that you enjoyed this, Gemini. And if you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. Have a great January. Bye.